una po sa lahat, salamat sa ating mga kaibigan, especially from the Land Bank of the Philippines. We are graced by President Cecil Borromeo, all the local, mga gobernador, mga mayor, mga konsihal, board member, mga vice mayors and vice governors, and maybe even barangay captains. And sa ating lahat, magandang araw po. This meeting is called to order. This day is beaming with optimism as we launch a funding initiative designed to help LGUs recharge their local economy by making available much-needed financial line at subsidized interest rates to set into motion the implementation of local recovery plans. We will know more about it from our esteemed resource person. In the meantime, let us first acknowledge the participants. May I respectfully request our ULAP Secretary General Danny Dayanghirang to please acknowledge.
Magandang hapon po sa ating lahat, President Governor Poa. As of today, as of this time, the following public officials present: President Governor Velasco, the Chairman, and of course the President Governor Poa. From the League of Vice Governors of the Philippines, we have Vice Governor Agapay.
Present.
From the League of Mayors of the Philippines, we have President Manu Tabit Singson. We have also LCP Secretary General Mayor Panaligan. From the League of Barangays, we have Secretary General Councilor Bokobo. From the Philippine Councilors League, yours truly as chairman, and President Councilor Nelson Sala, present. From the Board Members League of the Philippines, Chairperson Board Member Romarati, and President Honorable Board Member Labong. For the 4L, the Lady Leagues of the Philippines, President Board Member Atamosa. From the Vice Mayors League of the Philippines, President Mejia, and Vice President Aljon Diamante. From the NMYL, we have Chairman Vice Governor Revilla.
Present.
And President Councilor Lablab Baronda. Some of the public officials, around 50 of them and more, are still coming in. We have Governor Susan Yap of Tarlac. We have Governor Ryan Singson of Ilocos. Governor Usia Perez of Palawan. We have Governor Mantanas of Batangas. We have Mayor Lani Mercado Revilla. We have Mayor Ipi Remolyo. We have Board Member Joanna Corona, Vice Mayor Perez, and some are not yet registered here, but now and then we will acknowledge them. For the meantime, I'd like to inform the chair that we have a quorum. Thank you very much, Mr. President.
Thank you po. Thank you, Boss Section Danny. Bago po tayo magpatuloy, may I just make a very quick announcement, take advantage of the presence of our local officials here. Magkakaroon po tayo ng another online expanded ULAP board meeting on Monday po, August 3. Ito po ay from 2 to 5 p.m. Ang kasama po natin doon on Monday is si Secretary Anyo at si Chairperson De Vera. So kukonsultahin daw po nila tayo about LSIs and many different issues, including the opening of the universities in our provinces, in our localities, in our municipalities and cities. So sana po maraming maka-attend on Monday with Secretary Anyo and Chair De Vera. And also, mabilis lang konting reminders po about our house rules today. which will be flashed on the screen for our guidance to have an orderly and maintindihan natin ng mabuti ang ating meeting. During the briefing proper, all microphones will be placed on mute and only the resource person will be on screen with her audio-visual presentation. During the open forum, member leagues will be given 10 minutes each to ask questions and receive corresponding answers. Pwede pong ipasa ng member leagues yung kanilang oras doon sa kanilang mga miyembro. So, kunyari sa kapwa board member o kapwa governor kung gusto po na magtanong. We will be flexible as we can during the Q&A. On behalf of the National Executive Board, I wish to thank the President of Land Bank for taking time out for a dialogue with the LGUs through the Union of Local Authorities of the Philippines. And more importantly, we thank you for your forward-looking intervention, which gives us LGUs access to a generous loan facility that can definitely help source the seed funding for some very important components of our recovery plans. Noong pong na-realize natin ang problema ng pandemya, halimbawa po, cash strapped in the face of the urgently needed programs, bigla po nating pinag-isipan ang mga iba't ibang at sari-saring pwedeng maging solusyon. And an idea of accessing bridge loans to provide financing that may close the development gap. I know that if the loans would come at a very high cost to the borrower, LGU, it would be a little bit difficult to manage in the long run the finances of the LGU. Buti na lang po, nandito ang RISE UP ng Land Bank of the Philippines and bigla na lang meron na tayong 10 billion na naka-standby for our funding requirements. Please allow me now to welcome our esteemed friend. Yes.
Before we proceed, can I also introduce some of the local officials present? Very few.
Yes, definitely. Before we proceed, Secjen, please go ahead.
We have Attorney Nelson Valdez Gayo of Vice Mayor of Lawak, Pangasinan. We have the Polog City Mayor Daryl Dixter Oy. We have Vice Mayor Juboy Aquino of Butuan City, Mayor Armando Villamayor, and Councilor Robin Feliciano of Valenzuela. Thank you very much, Mr. President.
Thank you po, Secjen. Okay, so without further ado, our friend of the local governments, ang nag-brainchild, ang architect ng RISE UP LGUs program, the President and CEO of Land Bank, our friend Cecil Bermeo.
Thank you, Governor. So, Union of Local Authorities of the Philippines President, Quirino Governor, Dakila Carlo Cua, League of the Provinces of the Philippines President, Marinduque Governor Presbitero Velasco Jr., League of Cities of the Philippines Secretary General, Calapan City Mayor Arnan Panaligan, League of Municipalities of the Philippines President, Narvacan Mayor Luis Singson, distinguished officers of ULAP and the member leagues, fellow workers in government, friends from media, and from Land Bank. I am joined by our Senior Vice President, Tel Burgos, our Provincial Lending Group Heads, and our officers from the Program Lending Management Group. Ladies and gentlemen, magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat. Thank you very much, governors and mayors, for allowing us to launch Land Bank's newest lending program for LGUs in your meeting today. I hope you and your families and most of your constituents are safe and well. Let me also take this opportunity to congratulate all local government executives for your hard work since the start of the crisis. LGUs indeed play a critical role in responding to the needs of your constituents while implementing the national government safety policies and measures to contain the deadly virus. As your longtime partner in promoting growth and development in the various localities, Land Bank has developed the RISE UP LGUs lending program to support your journey to recovery by funding economic recovery plans. And as Governor Cua mentioned, we have allocated 10 billion pesos for this program initially as a credit support for provincial, city, and municipal LGUs. Through the RISE UP LGUs lending program, our aim is to support all of you to revitalize struggling businesses, restore investor confidence in your respective localities, and promote local development. Land Bank is here to help you grow into more sustainable and self-sufficient communities that can withstand the impact of future crises. We have prepared a short video to introduce this new lending program. And this video will also showcase some of the projects that we have done with a lot of LGUs over probably the three decades. Let us therefore watch this video.
Growth. This is Land Bank's promise, a reason to strive for positive change across the country. Every relevant industry and with sectors that have similar development objectives. We commit ourselves to improving lives, and local government units help us achieve this goal. We join hands in reaching the farthest corners of the archipelago that as of June 2020, Land Bank has penetrated 97% of cities and municipalities in the Philippines. Even greater, at 99%, is the percentage of provincial, city, and municipal government units that trust Land Bank with their deposits. These contribute to the funds that are bankrolled for various agricultural and developmental projects. In the last decade, from 2011 to March 2020, Land Bank loans to various sectors translated to infrastructure and basic services for a greater number of Filipinos across the country. Among these are farm-to-market roads, hospital buildings, additional hospital beds, school buildings, additional classrooms, new households connected to potable water, and electricity that power our communities. Through the years, LGUs and Land Bank have promoted local economies and accelerated growth. We made headway by supporting simple infrastructure projects of small municipalities, as well as holistic investment programs of emerging and developed provinces and cities. In Quirino, people can now avail of immediate medical attention and healthcare services in the provincial hospital. Other Land Bank finance projects also serve in the interim to reinforce the provincial government's response to the current public health situation. The Capital Gymnasium, which is intended for events showcasing the province, is now an evacuation area and relief distribution building. The school building, which was devoted to college education, is currently being used as a hostel and evacuation facility. Meanwhile, Land Bank also financed Quirino's library and computer building, where students avail of internet and research facilities. In Cabanatuan City, Nueva Ecija, the World Bank Water District Development Program, administered by Land Bank, financed the construction of a drainage system that benefited 42,000 households in 18 barangays. The project minimized, if not completely eliminated, the frequent flooding in Cabanatuan. To relieve traffic congestion, connect agricultural lands and adjacent municipalities to Cabanatuan City, and facilitate more efficient transportation of goods and services, the 8-kilometer Cesar E. Vergara Highway, as well as the Cesar Vergara Bridge and Felipe Vergara Highway, spanning 12 kilometers, were constructed. 40 additional classrooms were also financed by Land Bank. These can accommodate 3,355 students and provide them with a more conducive place for learning. In Bontoc Mountain Province, Land Bank helped build the Capitol Building. It is the center for providing government service to the locality and serves as a place of convergence for the townsfolk. It is a landmark in Bontoc, a must-see for local tourists. The Bontoc Municipal Capital stands as a proud testament of economic growth in a community surrounded by majestic mountains. Land Bank's development programs reach across remote municipalities in the countryside to more progressive cities in the NCR and other regions. Land Bank extends its partnership with LGUs, big or small, near or far. In the city of Valenzuela, in Metro Manila, basic services are within reach because of the 3S, or Sama-Samang Serbisyo Centers. These little city halls have basic offices such as rescue stations, fire substations, police precincts, social welfare and development offices, health stations, daycare centers, and multi-purpose halls. The bigger 3S centers have satellite payment centers for the local civil registry, city treasurer, and city building permits and licensing office. The projects of the provincial government of Camarines Norte are likewise focused on providing health services. Land Bank financed the construction and repair of the provincial hospital, as well as the Labo District Hospital. These facilities are very crucial, especially during these times of a prevailing public health crisis. Similarly, in the city of Lucena in Quezon, the City Health Office building provides medical and health care to the community. Apart from this, Land Bank financed the construction of Lucena's Peace and Order facilities, which is part of the Continuing Transformation Program for the Philippine National Police. The Lucena City Government Complex, meanwhile, serves as a one-stop shop for civic and social services. In partnership with the Cebu City Government and with funds from the Japan Bank for International Cooperation, Land Bank financed the Cebu South Road Properties, or SRP. A 300-hectare island-type reclamation area, it is a hub for business, tourism, and property development, which created many job opportunities. In the municipality of President Carlos P. Garcia, moving people and commodities used to be challenging and costly. Only small sea vessels were plying the two seaports in the island municipality. Land Bank financed the fabrication of a landcraft transport vessel, which helped to efficiently connect the island municipality to mainland Bohol. It plies the route from and to the ports in Barangay Popu in President Carlos P. Garcia and Barangay Tapal in Ubay. For the municipality of Antequera, Land Bank financed the concreting of a 410-meter farm-to-market road. It stretches Purok Atay to Sitio Napo and leads to the Antequera Village Center. The road contributes to provincial tourism as part of the Abatan Community Life Tours. The municipality also rehabilitated and expanded its waterworks system with the help of Land Bank. The 7.2 magnitude earthquake in 2013 damaged the system that was existing since the 1950s. The new waterworks system now serves all barangays in Antequera. The rebuilding projects of LGUs allow Land Bank to take part in the rehabilitation of communities that suffer from natural and man-made disaster and calamities. Among the most significant programs that Land Bank implemented with LGUs in the Visayas is the Yolanda Reconstruction Program. YRP was born out of a financing and project agreement of the Republic of the Philippines, Land Bank, and the KFW. The program helped 18 municipalities in 8 provinces undertake their rehabilitation projects in the aftermath of Typhoon Yolanda. Together, we rebuilt ports and seawalls, civic centers and roads. We also upgraded water distribution and drainage systems. With YRP, we helped the region back on its feet. Land Bank also extended a hand to the city of Marawi to help it recover from the catastrophic impact of the 5-month-long siege in 2017. The Land Bank Cares, which was launched by the bank in 2014, was expanded in 2017 to include the city of Marawi. It is a program which provides credit assistance to clients who are victims of calamities. Apart from the special lending program for the city, Land Bank launched a psychosocial support program for internally displaced persons. The bank also donated funds to the Marawi LGU for its rebuilding efforts. Extending such financial assistance is a way through which Land Bank helps LGUs and their communities rise from the ravages of typhoons, earthquakes, and other calamities that frequent the archipelago. Land Bank also supported the development and investment program of the city of Valencia in Bukidnon. With our financing, the LGU built an integrated public bus terminal and commercial complex, public market, multipurpose building and gymnasium, city plaza, and fish landing building. Equipment were also acquired for a AA slaughterhouse, information systems, material recovery facility, and farmers market. More than 181,000 constituents are benefiting from these projects. In South Ubian, Tawi-Tawi, Land Bank financed the construction of a concrete pier head and rock causeway with hanging bridge. These projects link the once isolated locality to its neighboring municipalities, as well as to Malaysia and Indonesia, fostering marketing and trade and overall economic growth. The municipality also acquired a speedboat through a loan from Land Bank. It is the only available means of transportation for the residents and can penetrate even the innermost island in South Ubian. Due to their profound benefits for the people, these projects in South Ubian earned for Land Bank a recognition from the Association of Development Financing Institutions in Asia and the Pacific. LGUs and Land Bank have helped each other serve our people. Through you, Land Bank supported projects and programs that extended to them reliable social and civic services, provided them with access to technologies, built infrastructure, created jobs and economic opportunities, and helped their livelihood. However, the COVID-19 pandemic has affected almost all aspects of human life. As your ally, Land Bank stands shoulder to shoulder with LGUs in addressing these unprecedented challenges. Through the years, we've offered lending programs that address the specific needs of our clients and partners. The bank's support to the LGU sector started as early as 1991 with the enactment of the Local Government Code, or RA 7160. In 1996, a lending program dedicated for LGUs was crafted, and by 2007, Land Bank introduced the Omnibus Term Loan Facility, which expanded our assistance by supporting and financing projects of LGUs that are listed in their approved development plan and public investment program. In 2019, we offered the Palay ng Lalawigan to assist LGUs in purchasing the palay produced by local farmers who have been affected by the drop of the farm gate price of palay in the initial implementation of the rice tariffication law. Under the program, LGUs can also avail of a term loan for the acquisition of farm machineries, equipment, post-harvest facilities, and other rice-related projects. In this time of pandemic, we launched the Land Bank Hero to fund LGU's need to procure goods and services that are part of their response to the crisis. The program aims to supplement the government's initiatives in fighting COVID-19 and in providing direct support to vulnerable groups and individuals through the LGUs. And now, to spur our economy through LGUs, we introduce our newest lending program, aptly called RISE UP LGUs. It stands for Restoration and Invigoration Package for a Self-Sufficient Economy towards Upgrowth for LGUs. Land Bank designed this program with the following objectives. First, to stimulate the local economy of each province or municipality by providing financial assistance to the LGU in your task of providing basic and support services for local enterprises. Second, to encourage LGUs to facilitate the regional and local area development by integrating the different actors or players in the agricultural value chain. And third, to finance other innovative programs of LGUs which can bring back the confidence of your constituents in the local economy. RISE UP LGUs will be offered for 5 years. Land Bank has earmarked 10 billion pesos of our internal funds for lending to LGUs nationwide. Municipal, city, and provincial LGUs are eligible to borrow under the program. You may avail of loans for permanent working capital, such as for the purchase of agricultural produce, acquisition of equipment and construction facilities for linking products to market, such as market infrastructure, development and/or improvement, mobile palengke, collection, and buying stations and related facilities, and other programs and projects that provide basic and support services, social welfare and healthcare, and other infrastructure activities that aim to bring back confidence of the people and spur the local economy or businesses. You may borrow the amount required by your project or program, provided that it shall not be more than the LGU's net borrowing capacity, or NBC, per Bureau of Local Government Finance, or BLGF computation or certification. The loan shall be offered at a lower interest rate of 4.5% per annum, fixed for 1 year, regardless of the credit rating of the borrower, and subject to annual repricing thereafter, based on the bank's prevailing interest rate. For loans that will be extended as part of an economic stimulus package of the national government, the interest rate shall be prescribed under said legislation. The loan tenor shall depend on the loan purpose. Permanent working capital is payable in 3 years. For the acquisition of machineries or equipment and construction or rehabilitation of facilities, avail of a term loan, which is payable in up to 10 years, but no longer than the economic useful life of the asset acquired. For other purposes, the term of the loan shall be based on the LGU's cash flow. A grace period on principal payment may be granted for up to 1 year. Loan collateral shall be the assignment of the LGU's internal revenue allotment that is equivalent to the amount of the loan, but shall not exceed 20% of the IRA. The RISE UP LGUs and other relevant programs can effectively respond to the pressing needs of your localities and constituents. The LGU sector, with the help of Land Bank, can drive economic growth in communities, thus improving lives and inspiring positive change. In a unified stride, let us continue to sow and nurture seeds of hope. One town, one city, one province at a time. Amidst the turbulence and uncertainties around us, let us hold fast to our vision of a vibrant and progressive Philippines. RISE UP LGUs. We will heal, recover, and grow again together.
So, Governor, thank you.
Okay. Well, thank you, Ma'am Cecil, for the presentation and the video. Is that the end of the presentation?
Yes, Governor Kua.
Okay po.
Should there be a question or later, I think we have an open forum. We would be happy to answer the questions of the LGUs. I have my entire team with me in the meeting. So Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so thank you for the presentation. Kung meron pong mga tanong, let's start off with the League of Provinces and ULAP National Chair, Governor Presby Velasco. Baka meron siya mga gustong itanong or i-clarify, or any governor for that matter who would like to ask questions.
Can I,
I go.
Gov Daksay. Good afternoon to everybody, especially to LBP
Governor.
President Cecil Borromeo. Thank you for the very clear presentation of the program. As usual, our concern is the interest rate. So I gather it's around 4.5%. Is that correct, Cecil?
4.5, Governor.
Yeah.
Fixed for 1 year.
For 1 year, right. So is there any possibility at all that it can be lowered?
4.5 is low by any standard.
It's low already.
I think this is a very good time for LGUs to borrow because of the low interest rates. But theoretically, the answer to your question, is there a possibility to further lower the rates? Yes, I think, yes, that could be possible. And I think our ULAP president is also looking for ways to help Land Bank lower the interest rate of these loans to LGUs.
Yeah. Well, a friend of mine who was a former governor sent to me an offer, no? I think from a private company. They call themselves the Excidifico Development Incorporated. I don't know if you've heard about that. They call it BBB Era Project Management Incorporated, and they're offering 0.5% per annum. I don't know if that's really a correct proposal, but it is contained in their proposal that they're offering only 0.5%. So are we allowed to enter into such kinds of loan agreements with the private company? I guess under the local government code, LGU can do that, no? Cecil, have you heard about that? That group?
Actually, one of the directors of Land Bank sent message talking about regarding this entity that is supposedly offering to LGUs loans at 0.5% interest versus a letter of guarantee from Land Bank. And presumably, this group will deposit foreign funds to Land Bank to back up the guarantee that Land Bank will issue in their on behalf of the LGUs. However, we don't have, there's no such entity giving us special funds to back up the letters of guarantee that we will issue on behalf of the LGU. So that's all that I know about this supposedly group wanting to lend to LGUs at 0.5% interest per annum, Governor. So, you're also correct. I think under the LGU code, LGUs can borrow even from private lenders as long as you have your sanggunian resolutions allowing you to borrow from them. So, but there's nothing concrete about this offer, to my knowledge, Governor.
So, can we just request Land Bank to look deeper into this? If this is really genuine or legal proposal coming from a private company, because definitely we will have to deal with land bank, no? In case we enter into any agreement with them, no? But you're more in a position to inquire, no, as to the legitimacy of the group, and also the propriety or reasonableness of the terms of the proposals. So okay, that's all I want to impart to the group, and also I hope something can be done about this proposal of the group, no? Okay, thank you, Cecil. That's all for
We will let you know, Governor. We will let the leagues know if should there be really a concrete proposal or program for this.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Govda.
Thank you po.
Mr. President,
Yes, Governor Mandanas.
I have a question which I put in chat for the President of Land Bank. So if I may just repeat, can you put it on screen, or do I just repeat my question of President Cecil?
Do you want to share a screen, Gov?
I think President Cecil has received it already.
Let me see.
Well, anyway,
yeah.
Oh.
I have a yes. May I read, Governor? I don't
Yes,
know if it's being shared, but this is what I have in my inbox. May a province borrow from LBP for lending to other LGUs in the province, secured by IRA, of the LGUs being financed by the province? Okay.
the reason
Yes,
if you
sir.
put is because it's it requires a lot of processing, so we want to expedite the process for the other LGUs in the province, especially with BLGF, which you have mentioned. We have experience with it. It took us 2 years.
Okay. Oh, that's too long away to go.
Yeah, and then the purpose of the of this particular RISE UP, I could see, is primarily to help fight COVID. So the provinces, and of course the highly organized cities, they have one of their functions is actually investment service, including relending. So can Land Bank lend to the province for the same purpose which you have enumerated? Is going to be secured by IRA, not of the province, but of the city or municipality or the barangay that would be borrowing. But it would be the one Land Bank will be dealing with to facilitate and expedite the whole process will be the province.
Governor, I think the simple answer to the query is yes, because the LGU code allows actually other LGUs lending to other LGUs. But the usual requisite, Governor, would have to be applied, like the provincial sanggunian will have to approve the yes. So it will be like a two-step loan from the point of view of Land Bank. So we lend to the province lends to the city, the towns within the province, and there will be like an assignment of the IRA of those towns. So
yes,
it's like a second one. So yes, sir, we can do that. We can do that.
Okay, so for example, I'm from Batangas. Who is the party that we have to talk with? Is the Land Bank in Batangas Or
We
can...
We have a lending center in Batangas. And we also have here in the meeting our Southern Luzon Lending Group head. So they will approach your office, sir. We will call your office and just assign somebody who can discuss this program with you.
I would like to personally discuss it. So kindly, I think you will have, I will text to you my number, so it could be directed.
Yes, sir. Lucy Tesorero, our Senior Vice President for Southern Luzon, is in the call, so she's listening. Lucy, we will make an appointment with the governor for this program. So, sir, we look forward to working with your office at this time.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Gov. Dodo. So, yes, of course. Pipito, go ahead.
Ma'am Cecil.
Sir, good afternoon, Governor. Again.
Again, applied for 1.6 billion. Ma'am Cecil.
Yes, sir.
Applied for 1.6 billion. 1.8 billion. Tatlong 600 para sa tatlong petrolyo. Dito mo ba kukunin yun o ibang kukunin ba?
Ano po yun? Chappy ho kayo, Governor. 1.6 billion for the province of Palawan.
Yes, 1.8.
1.8.
600 million para sa tatlong petrolyo. Dito mo ba kukunin sa 10 billion yun or other part?
Pwede hong outside this 10 billion because this 10 billion is really for yung recovery after COVID.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's up to you, Governor, if you want to have it under this COVID-19 RISE UP budget. But we can do it outside this program as well.
Yung application noon is before COVID eh. So, bukod mo na lang. Marami namang LGU rin na talaga nangangailangan doon na lang natin. Kung sana dito mo kukunin yun, I will request you, huwag mo kukunin dito. Pamigay mo na 10 billion sa
So you want it up almost 18% of our budget.
Bawa naman niya ito.
So we will pursue that. Again, Lucy, who is in charge of Southern Luzon, will make sure that we will pursue that more vigorously now, sir. So that will be in preparation for the subdivision of Palawan po.
Opo, as long as we finish with the plebiscito, I can already sign up for the loan.
Okay. Sige, sir. Thank you for choosing Land Bank to do that with you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, so thank you. Kay Gov Pipito pa lang, kulang na yung pondo natin. Dagdagan mo na yan, Ma'am Tessie.
Mr. President.
Yes.
Mr. President.
Yes, Gov Dodo. Go ahead po.
Regarding that limit, could they have a follow-up question?
Go ahead po.
The President.
Sige lang.
Just for information, I'm sure the President knows. Land Bank offered the province of Batangas 5 billion. Okay. So do I take it that the 5 billion offered to us is not part of this RISE UP but separate?
Yes, sir. That's our regular lending program.
Okay, so that's under the regular lending program. Under the regular lending program, can we also help our mayors and our barangays, you know, the city mayors, municipal mayor, using the regular program for relending? We really want to expedite helping our LGUs in the province of Batangas.
Yes, yes, Governor. You can also do that under a regular lending program. But if really what they need is somebody in Manila to follow up with the BLGF and Monetary Board. Land Bank can also render that service, which we actually are doing for all our LGU customers wanting that kind of service.
Yeah, then, Madam President, then probably that will be done only for the province, so that it would really expedite the whole assistance that you give. So dealing with the BLGF, it would only be the province that would do it effectively. That's the reason why we want to have the relending program precisely.
Okay, sir. If that's the preference, we will work with you on that one, sir.
Okay.
Either under the RISE UP lending program or under the regular lending program of the bank.
Did I hear that you also have a recovery program other than your COVID and your regular? Do you have a recovery program?
For the recovery from the challenges of COVID-19, is this right? Intervention of Land Bank is the RISE UP for LGUs program, but as we have shown in the video, it's not the first time that Land Bank is doing this. We have done this for those adversely affected by the Yolanda typhoon in 2013, I think, and also for Marawi. So we have had experience, Governor, doing recovery programs like this.
And the terms would be, because we have our Taal volcano eruption.
Okay. Oh.
That was a calamity, and the national government has a recovery program. But we also would like to, on our own local government, to really address the needs of that particular disaster. So we have recovery programs. Would the terms be the same as your COVID?
We can discuss, sir, yung terms, but the tenor will depend on the cash flow of the LGU, and depends on the medium-term plan of the LGU. But under our regular lending programs, we typically don't offer fixed rates for 1 year, like unlike this RISE UP. Under the RISE UP lending program, we are offering 4.5 fixed for 1 year. That's the concessionality of the program, sir.
So we will just talk this thing over with Senior Vice President Tesorero.
That's right, Governor.
Okay, so I thank you very much.
Thank you also, sir.
Thank you, Govs. Mukhang marami nang gustong umutang. Let's get to our mayors. Maybe we can begin with the city mayors. Meron po ba kayong mga katanungan? This is the Mayor Arnan, I think, representing the LCP.
Nakapot po, my name is Paul Henderson from Radyo Bandera. Sa mga kaso po nag-rape misconduct, violation of etc.
The Mayor, kay Tito Savit, Mayor, Governor Savit Singson. Sir, baka may mga tanong.
Well, unang-una, do I have the floor now, Mr. Chairman?
Yes, Secretariat, kindly put on mute the other.
Yes. So, unang-una, I would like to congratulate Madam President Cecilia Borromeo. Napakaganda yung mga project yun, dami yung natulungan. At simple lang po ang sa akin, napakinggan ko kayo lahat, yung 4.5%, sana i-consider nyo yung sitwasyon natin ngayon. Halos lahat ng LGU ubos ng pundo dahil sa COVID-19. Isasuggest ko lang po sana, kung pwede po, 13.5 para makatulong kayo sa COVID-19. Wala na ho kaming pera sa mga, nakapokus kami lahat sa COVID-19. So by lowering it, makakatulong din kayo sa amin in general sa problema natin nationwide. Yun lang po request ko, Madam President, kung pwede lang, ibaba natin. Total, may rason naman because of COVID-19. Maraming salamat po.
Magandang hapon, Mayor. Nice to see you in this meeting. And sabi ko kanina, kasi katanungan din ni Governor Velasco, pwede bang may opportunity ba to lower the rate? Again, the simple answer is yes, but thank you also for the kind understanding of all the mayors. You know, our resources are also stretched, but if I heard you correctly, Mayor Singson, so you're requesting for the bank to consider lowering further the interest from 4.5 to 3.5.
Yes.
We will study this very carefully, and we will go back to our board. I will have to gather also our team in the treasury and see whether or not we can look for funds that will allow us to give to the LGUs the 3.5. So, thank you. Thank you also for all of you, for all your deposits. So the more deposits we will get from you, that will increase our ability, mayors, governors, to shore up funds and lower also our costs, so we can give the loan to you at 3.5. So we hear you loud and clear, Mayor. We will come back to you very soon about this.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Salamat, Apo Governor Mayor. Of course, Ma'am Cecil, you will forgive us for supporting the call for lower interest, ha? I hope you understand. We all unanimous yan sa panukalang ganyan.
I understand. So ang challenge sa landmark ngayon is to look for, funds that we can allocate for this at lower interest rate, because we also know how important it is for the LGUs to be able to serve more. So by lowering the interest rate, we can actually do more projects. So we understand that very clearly. And we will help you achieve that, sir.
Thank you. Let's work together on that.
Yes, as always.
Let's listen to other mayors, city mayors or municipal mayors. Meron pa po ba? I think they are a little shy. How about our vice governors? Ayun na. Vice governor ba? Or meron po ba? The president of LVGP. Would you like to ask a question? I
wave my right, Mr. President, to our executives here present.
Okay, sige. Thank you, Vice. Si Vice Mayor Perez, I think, raised his hand. Vice, go ahead. Thank you, Vice Gov. Okay.
Governor, thank you very much for the opportunity and for giving me the opportunity to join the Zoom conference. The question is, kami po ay may loan at present sa ating government bank. Sa ating president po kay Ma'am Cecil. Pero at tingin ko po naman ay kaya ng aming bayan, ang maliit na bayan ng bayan ng Taysa dito po sa Batangas. Wherein yours truly is the current Secretary General of BMLP Calabarzon and BMLP Batangas Chapter and one of the national officer. My request, Madam President, is to invite one of your staff to our meeting on September 28 to discuss from the Southern Tagalog to visit us and to more explain about this Rise Up to LGUs on August 28 at Tanawan City.
Okay. Thank you, Vice Mayor. We will be there August 28 in Tanawan. And yes, again, my colleague Lucy Tesorero, in charge of Southern Luzon, is in the meeting. We will make sure our lending officers will be there, and if need be, if you will give us also the same time to show the video, we can show the video so that we can inspire as well the other local executives
Yes,
during
ma'am.
that.
Because we
Yes,
know
sir.
for a fact na malaki po ang magagawa ng mga vice alcalde for their resolution addressed to the land bank to help our mayor, especially the city and the municipal mayors, to loan or to borrow to the best bank, the land bank of the Philippines.
Salamat po. Salamat po.
Yeah.
Galing.
Thank you very much for giving your time.
So,
Thank you, Pai.
pupunta po kami dyan. Ang Land Bank po ang pinakamalaking government financial institution ngayon at with a partnership with the LGUs, I think we can be the biggest bank in the country.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you to all of you.
And the letter of invitations to be sent to you as soon as possible, ma'am, before August 28.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Maraming salamat po. Nice meeting you in this meeting, sir.
Thank you po.
Thank you po. Let's listen if any board members, si Ma'am Mirna or anybody else would like to ask a question. Naka-mute kayo, ma'am.
Governor, good afternoon, everyone. That same question with that of Governor Velasco and Mayor Chavit Singson. If it is possible, can we just, if Land Bank can lower the interest rate, that will be our request in behalf of BBMLP and the province of Surigao del Norte, so that I can relay this to our governor, Governor Matugas. Thank you po.
Yeah. Again, as I promised po, we will look for ways to further lower the interest rate. But all those bumps and sirs, 4.5 really is a good rate already. But yes, we work together with the ULAP leadership and see how we can look for the funds po. Thank you.
Thank you. And meron pa po ba from the councilors, Secgen Danny or si Councilor Tatasana?
Well, Mr. President, number one, I think very critical yung executive department. Kami naman sa legislative branch, we will just support the governors of the mayor. So I think the decision making belongs to the mayors and the governors. In the case of Davao, I will just inform the mayor about this opportunity to have some loan. On the other hand, I would like to suggest kung pwede sana magkaroon ng technical working group centralized from the viewpoint of the Land Bank and the ULAP para lahat nung, alam mo, madali namang mag-decide. Minsan, ang daming requirements. So if you have pre-forma documents, 1, 2, 3, 4, kahit mga 3 documents lang, 3 requirements, 4. Kasi usually, pag ang haba-haba ng listahan, at saka bago matapos yung compliance na requirements, tapos na 1 taon, mag-i-election na ulit. So I would like to suggest that the ULAP, including the Land Bank, will organize a technical working group, centralize it, so that the mayors and the governors can easily comply all these requirements. And if possible, 2, 3, 4 requirements would be enough. 2, 3. Huwag na yung abot pa ng 5 or sobra na yun. So thank you. Salamat po, Land Bank, and thank you for this opportunity.
Very good suggestion, Sec Jen. Invite na rin kaya natin ang BLGF para
para isa.
sa TWG natin para
pati DILG, baka mag-impose din sila ng ibang requirements. So plus commission and audit, kawawa naman yung mga LGUs kung tatagal pa din. Thank you, Governor.
I agree. Thank you for your recommendation. Ma'am Cecil, please, if you have any reply.
Yeah, I will be happy to be part of the technical working group, both. I'll ask also our team to review the provisions of the local government code, the requirements of PLGF, requirements of the ILG, because most of the time we just mirror or mimic the requirements of these oversight agencies, governors and mayors. So maybe if we work with you, we can recommend to these agencies, consolidation of these requirements so that we can achieve what our esteemed colleague Mr. Dayanghirang requested, for us to shorten the list of the requirements.
Okay, so maybe we can ask if our colleagues from the National Movement of Young Legislators have any questions? Si Vice Governor Remulla or si Councilor Baronda? Or maybe from the 4L, our lady legislators, maybe they would like to ask some questions. Okay, medyo quiet. So I think the questions are a little bit exhausted already. Let's now proceed to the second part. No?
Gov, sorry.
Yes, go ahead, please.
Gov, I just want to share kasi before I was working sa City Treasurer's Office of Manila and we had this miracle program. We started with 13% interest rate sa loan ng Manila under Mayor Atienza. But we ended up with a lower interest rate. Then remember, Ma'am Cecil, we had a back-to-back loan wherein nag-time deposit si Manila the same equivalent amount of our loan. And then habang bumababa yung loan namin, binababa din namin yung time deposit. So it was a win-win thing. And we ended up with a very low net interest rate. So maybe we can look into that, Ma'am Cecil.
Yes, definitely. That service, Sundays is still, or product is still, we still offer that. So if the LGU can do back-to-back loan with us, actually that can significantly lower the interest, the borrowing rate of the LGU, because technically you will be funding the loan, right? Except that probably it's a balance sheet management of the LGU. They need the deposit to be a deposit. So LGUs can borrow versus their deposits at a much lower interest rate, because the rate will be and just a little over the effective cost of the deposit. So that is still on the shelf of Land Bank. We can offer that to those LGUs wanting to borrow versus their deposits.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for reminding us, Sandy.
Yeah.
Maganda yan.
Yung
mga trust fund, Sandy, na hindi nagagalaw ng
LGU.
depende
sa cash flow po kasi.
Pwede yun.
Yes.
That's worthwhile to explore. Okay, so at this point, may we now move on to the resolution. No? So the draft resolution was sent to our members by email for ad referendum. Apparently, baka sa busy natin sa COVID, baka hindi pa natin nakita. So here it is, we're presenting to you the resolution approving our partnership with Land Bank. And upon the pleasure and motion of our members, maybe we can, on this meeting, approve this said resolution. The MOU simply mandates that ULAP will help disseminate and make known through, of course, our member leagues, through the LCP, LMP, LPP, of course, our LVGP, PMLP, PBMLP, Councilors League, and 4L and MYL. So we will make known the availability of the RISE UP lending program. So if there are no comments or no questions or any objections, maybe we can now approve this. Do I hear a motion for the adoption of said resolution?
I move, Mr. Chairman. Mr. President, I move to approve the resolution.
Thank you.
I second Mr. President.
Thank you po. Salamat to our Governor Velasco for moving, and Vice Governor Agapay for seconding. And if there are no objections, the motion is carried. So, pwede na tayo magpirmahan, Ma'am Cecil.
Yes, I have my copy.
I have mine too. So, may I now turn it over the program to our Executive Director of ULAP, Director Sayo, to host the ceremonial signing of the MOU between Land Bank, ULAP, and of course, our 3 executive leagues, namely the provinces, cities, and municipalities. So, Yusek Sayo, please, it's your...
Yes, Governor. To mark the formal launching of the RISE UP LGUs lending program, may we request the respective presidents or authorized representatives of the executive leagues, the LPP, LCP, and LMP, and the Land Bank president to please join the ULAP president for the signing of the MOU. Let us do this simultaneously. Please sign all the pages of the MOU. The 5 signatories have their respective copies with them right now. Okay, we will spotlight the signatories as you sign so we can take a photo. First, the ULAP president, then the LPP president, Governor Presley Velasco, then the LMP president, Mayor Chavit Singson, the LCP section, Mayor Arnan Panaligan, and the Land Bank president, Madam Cecil Borromeo. Okay, so please proceed to sign your respective copy. Okay. Done? Can you hold up your copy so the camera will see? Okay. Let's start with Governor Kua, and then please move the spotlight to Governor Presley Velasco.
Bernie, I'm looking for my copy. Go ahead with the others first. You can proceed with the others first.
Okay, boss. Okay. Kay Mayor Chavit Singson for LMP. Spotlight, please.
Yeah. I'm sorry, but I have to consult all the president of the mayors. Maganda itong program na ito. I have to explain to them. But I cannot sign now dahil nga kailangan ipaalam po muna sa kanila. Nahiya naman ako na pipirma ako tapos yun nila. So yun lang. Gusto ko itong program. I have to inform them first. Kailangan tiprayan ko lahat ng mga president, ng mga mayors all over the country.
Okay po. Well, actually, the MOU only speaks of the leagues partnering with the Land Bank for the promotion of the information lang po.
Okay. Kung basta wala yung 4% and up, yun lang naman ang akin dyan eh. Basta di obligado yung 4% and up, okay, I'll sign. Dahil ipapaalam ko sa kanila yun. Of course, to the advantage sa atin lahat, pero yun lang ipapaalam ko yung 4.5% dahil ang karamihan ng tinawagan ko, tumawad daw ako 3.5 dahil kawawa ng mga LGUs. So kung wala yung, hindi kasama yung, pipirma rin ako. Basta hindi obligado yung 4.5%.
Siguro, we can commit to find exhaust alternatives to lower the interest rate.
Okay.
Cecil, okay ba sa inyo yun?
Okay with us, Governor Kua. Yes.
Para may peace of mind ang ating president of the...
Thank you.
Oh, actually, the interest rate is not in the MOA, as you rightfully mentioned, Mr.
Thank you, ma'am.
And then to the League of Cities of the Philippines, Mayor Arnan. Yun. Pakilman na si Mayor Arnan. And then, of course, thank you very much po. And then to the Land Bank President.
Okay, there.
All right. Now, thank you very much and congratulations. And hopefully the LNP president will also sign. The Land Bank of the Philippines will make the follow-up with signatories to get the originally signed documents and for Land Bank to do whatever is appropriate action to move this forward. Thank you very much, Paul.
Thank you, Executive Director. As we move towards the last part, we'd like to give the floor for their messages. The presidents of the 3 executive leagues. Unahin na natin sa dating Pangulo ng ULAP at dating Gobernador. Maraming umiidolo, lalo na kaming mga Ilocano, ang ating President of LMP, Mayor Luis Chavit Singson, for his message to our...
Short message puro kayo.
Yeah. Well, magpapasalamat po ako sa lahat ng kasama natin dito ngayon sa meeting na to. Lalong-lalo na sa ating guest, si Madam President Cecilia Borromeo. Maraming salamat po. Asahan po nyo ang full cooperation ng LFP sa Land Bank. So, again, thank you to each and every one of you.
Salamat po, Mayor Singson. Indeed, let us now listen to our the President of the Secretary General of the League of Cities of the Philippines. Dati ring governor to, at currently the City Mayor of Calapan. Sir Arnan, go ahead, please.
Yeah, thank you very much, Governor Kua, the President of ULAP, my former colleague at the League of Provinces of the Philippines. Let me also greet the President of LPP and also the President of the League of Municipalities of the Philippines, also a former colleague at the League of Provinces, Mayor Chavit Singson. Let me also acknowledge the President of Land Bank, Ms. Cecilia Borromeo, and my other fellow local chief executives and local government officials. So magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat. The health crisis caused by the outbreak of COVID-19 has indeed affected severely the local economies of cities and other LGUs, resulting to widespread unemployment and job losses and breakdown of local economies. And the closure of many businesses and enterprises will have an impact, definitely, in the revenue generation capacity of cities and other local government units. Since cities are considered engines of economic growth, the slowdown in their local economies will have an overall effect in national economic development in the coming years. So the challenge facing local government units today, particularly cities, is how to reopen, how to revive and reinvigorate local economies and restart the process of economic growth, but at the same time protecting our constituents from the threat of COVID-19 and maintaining public health. While managing the crisis happens at the national level, the impact on employment and economic activity is most felt at the local level, at the level of municipalities, cities, and provinces. And this necessitates our local government units to come up with measures, with programs to revive their respective local economies. And in connection with this, the program of Land Bank, the RISE UP LGU lending program will certainly be a big help to us in our efforts to reopen, revive, and reinvigorate our local economies. On behalf of the League of Citizens of the Philippines, let me extend our support to the objectives of the RISE UP LGU lending program so that we can stimulate our local economies by supporting local enterprises and integrating different actors in the agricultural value chain. And I believe that this program hopefully will provide the necessary impetus to revive our local economies. The League of Citizens of the Philippines expresses its appreciation to the leadership of ULAP, our mother league, for successfully negotiating this very important lending facility. And also, on behalf of the LCP, let me extend also our appreciation to Land Bank of the Philippines for their trust and confidence in the ability of the local government units to spearhead our economic recovery program. The City of Calapan, for one, has a very long partnership with Land Bank in the financing of our development programs. So I hope that other local government units will support this RISE UP LGU lending program. So together, let us hear as one, and together, let us also rise up as one. Maraming salamat po and magandang hapon sa inyo lahat.
Well said, Mayor Arnan. Thank you po for those inspiring words. And we hope under the good leadership of LCP ay uunlad at mag-rise up ang mga syudad natin. Let me now introduce the next person who is a luminary in the legal field. He used to be served for many years as a justice of the highest court of the land, and obviously he still wants to serve the country further. That's why he is now the governor of Marinduque and currently the president of the League of Provinces and also the national chairman of ULAP. May I introduce Governor Presbytero Velasco for his message.
Thank you, President Dax, for such a generous introduction. You deserve a blowout from me. Huh? Anyway, congratulations to the leadership of ULAP, headed by our national president, who is very hardworking and dedicated, Dax Kua, as well as the other league presidents. Thank you so much for being here in this momentous event where we partner with Landbank, headed by our equally hardworking and dedicated Cecil Borromeo, in finding a sure solution to helping our kababayans who are badly prejudiced by the COVID-19 crisis. The Rise Up LGUs will certainly be a big factor to consider in the recovery efforts of the different LGUs nationwide. The battle or even the war against COVID-19 is not yet over. Actually, it's far from over in the NCR and other cities. We have a lot of things to do to finally defeat this seemingly invincible enemy. However, we must not only content ourselves with defeating the enemy. Some say the bigger enemy will be the restoration of the economy. It's very important that Land Bank, who has always been our able, generous, and supportive partner in the development of our respective areas, has offered this program As we all know, many LGUs are already cash strapped because of the numerous expenditures that were incurred in the battle against the dreaded virus, no? And we badly need the financial infusion at this time. Our kababayans have suffered and are still suffering, and it is our bounden duty, the duty prescribed under the Constitution and our existing laws to help our constituents, especially during this terrible crisis and calamity. So we know that Land Bank will be generous in the loans that will be given to us, and they assured us through the very supportive Cecil Borromeo that the funds will be available, and that they will try their best to hopefully lower the interest rates, and likewise to expedite the processing. So I'm sure Land Bank will again play a big role in the restoration of our economy and the solution of our problems regarding the finances of the LGUs. So thank you very much to the Land Bank officials headed by Cecil Borromeo, and also to our brothers in the service of our respective constituents in our different territorial jurisdictions. And let us work together, and I'm sure by putting our shoulders to the wheel and being united, we will all defeat this terrible enemy at the earliest possible time. So maraming salamat sa inyo lahat, at patuloy po tayo sa laban at magdasal din po tayo sa Panginoon Diyos. Thank you very much, President Dax.
Thank you po, National Chairman and President of League of Provinces, Governor Velasco. Salamat po sa inyong words of wisdom. If I may deliver some few words, the public health emergency crisis has caused the rise of new and more serious challenges for the local chief executive. We who are close to constituents we serve, we assume more critical role in adapting to the new way of life and for the provision of basic services within healthcare, social welfare, and the local. Not all local government units are resource rich, and our resources are being pushed to the limits. We stretch our limited funds to discharge and effectively carry out our functions amidst this pandemic. Our desire to pursue the immediate revival of our local economy can easily be relegated to the backseat in order to give priority to our pressing needs. Madam Land Bank President, this financing facility is a big boost to the initiatives of the LGUs. It will provide relief to struggling LGUs while we ramp up our efforts to mitigate the impact of COVID-19. It will serve as a stimulus measure to spur economic activities that will protect workers, support livelihoods, enterprises, and industries, and of course, our agriculture and food security. It is a relief to the multiple needs of LGUs, from strengthening pandemic response, increasing disease surveillance, and public health interventions, to retooling our OFWs and tourism towards entrepreneurship. This new financing can help with the setting up of needed infrastructure for digital connectivity, communication, and transportation. We cannot solely rely on the national government. We need the whole of nation approach, and we thank the Land Bank of the Philippines for taking the lead in extending this financial relief to ensure continuity of public service. All of our local government units, from the humblest to the richest, can access financing through Land Bank that will help us build and sustain our localities as we take on the challenges brought about by COVID-19. Again, let us continue to rise and together show our adaptability, resourcefulness, resilience, and responsiveness. Maraming salamat. Madam Cecil, ako lang po ay magsisegue ng konti, ako'y naniniwala na ang recovery ng ating bansa ay hindi mangyayari kung wala ang tulong ng ating mga LGU. Diyan po mamumuno ang ating mga munisipyo, ang mga mayor, ang mga city mayors, ang mga provincial governors to lead to revive the local economy. At I look forward to working with you and pushing our initiative to lower the interest rates, as you know personally, Ma'am Cecil, and maybe we can share a little bit of the idea to our colleagues that we are making representations to the economic team and hopefully to the leadership of Congress to consider putting some policy to help us and maybe even funding to help us lower that interest rate. So we will continue that as we try to lower and respond to the cry of our LGUs to lower it. Ma'am Cecil, few words before we adjourn. Nakamute kayo po.
Thank you, Governor Kua. Nagpapasalamat kami ng lubos dito sa opportunity na binigay po ninyo sa Land Bank to share with you what we can do to make our local economies bounce back, heal first and then bounce back and rise up together as one. And as you rightfully mentioned, President, ULAP President Kua, the participation of all the mayors, governors, and even those members of the Sanggunians is very, very crucial because we need to rebuild this country town by town, barangay by barangay, town by town, city by city, and province by province. And together, we hope to see a Philippines that will be more resilient and stronger to face the crisis that will come our way in the future. Although we will continue to pray that the next challenges will not be as hard as what we are now facing. So your bank, Land Bank of the Philippines, the biggest government financial institution so far today, is very willing to work with you and allocate resources to help all the LGUs make their communities more resilient and rise up to the challenges. Thank you so much for this opportunity, sirs and moms. Maraming salamat, and we look forward to helping to really doing the deals with you and implement the projects that will benefit your constituents. Maraming salamat po at mabuhay kayo.
Okay, on that note, salamat po sa ating lahat. This ends our program. Thank you for your time.
Magsalita kayo. Yeah. President Koa, President Tax, President Tax, pwede mahabol?
Opo. Go ahead po.
Yeah. I'd like to take this opportunity na imbitahan si Madam President Cecilia Borromeo sa meeting namin sa August 11. We'll be meeting all the 80 chapter president in 80 provinces sa not 9 ng umaga. Kung pwede ho, Madam Chairman, Madam President, so kung pwede, gusto ka namin makapanayam din ang mga mayors, chapter president.
It will be our privilege.
11, 9 a.m.
Okay. We will await I suppose this will be a virtual meeting as well, Mayor. So yes, we will make ourselves available. August 11, 9 a.m.
Salamat po. Salamat.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you po, Gob. Supportive ng LMP. So thank you again to everybody, to all our signatories today. Of course, to our guest of honor, Ma'am Cecil, thank you. Yung magpapautang sa amin. At sa lahat ng member leagues at mga executive directors at mga staff ng mga leagues, thank you for your time. Stay safe and God bless us all. Salamat po.
Stay safe. Thank you. Thank you, Go.
I move to adjourn, Governor.
Ay, sorry, o nga. Meeting adjourned. Salamat. Salamat, Section. Meeting adjourned. Thank you po.
Maraming salamat po, Gob.
Thank you, Gob.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Ingat po.
Thank you, President Dax. Ingat.
Thank you po, Gov. Presby. Ingat po.
Thank you, everyone. God bless.
Thank you, Attorney Karen.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Good to see you here.
Bye.
Take care.
Yung Office of the Sangguniang Bayan, Municipal Government.